Welcome back, everyone, to an exciting episode of Kicking It with Gab and Chooch.
I am Gab,
And I'm Chooch.
and we are back with Champions League action as well as a Premier League preview. Champions League was pretty good this week.
It was
And so
indeed.
let's go, since it was so cinematic, let's start off with the player of the week or star boy of the week. My player of the week was Inter Milan's Marco Arnautovic. He created a ton of chances. Could have had a couple goals. Only had the one, but I thought he could have had a couple. Inter Miami really dominated. I feel like the attacking possessions. There was not really much that Atletico could do on defense, even though they're a park the bus team. They were just having every chance they got. Lautaro Martinez got injured. We'll see if he's fit for the next one, which I believe is next week. No, not next week.
It's like 3 weeks from now.
Yeah, March 12th. Yeah, 3 weeks.
Yeah. But I was gonna go with the boy Oshiman. You know, I was joking with Gabe at work. I was like, you know what, man, Oshiman's bomb. He did nothing at the AFCON, but
And I backed him up, by the way.
Gabe backed him up. I'll give him that. But yeah, like I was just saying, it was disappointing. The AFCON. He looked really good against Barca. I feel like the goal came pretty late, but I feel like he had some chances early in the game, especially against a somewhat weak Barca side. But it was
Yeah,
a good
I
game.
feel like they definitely. Yeah, we'll get into that after the banger of the week, which I thought there could have been two. But who do you got?
I think we both got the same one. Galeno
Yeah,
from Porto.
yeah. Just the biggest moment there is against Arsenal at home. Last minute winner. Huge. Arsenal have now
Huge.
lost 5 of their last knockout games. We'll see if that turns into 6. But
Let's
yeah,
hope. We're hoping.
yeah.
We are here for the
Then
downfall.
my shout goes to Dortmund's Malin. Had a great goal. I thought it was potential banger of the week. Or goal of the week necessarily. Wasn't necessarily a banger, but it still was a pretty nice goal.
Mm-hmm.
Power, velocity, top bins. Really good goal. So we'll start with Tuesday's games, which we had those two we just talked about. Inter Milan versus Atletico Madrid. Inter, I mean, last year they just found a way to win, got to the final. This year they're seemingly finding a way to win, finding a way to stay in it. And I mean, to be fair, I thought Atletico would kind of roll them. And you kind of said the
No.
same thing. You said
Yeah.
Griezmann. You're like, Griezmann, it's just his year. He's different. I hear that every year, buddy. But yeah, but Inter get away with the 1-0 win at home, headed to Atletico Madrid.
Dominated that game as well. Wasn't even close.
Yeah, but
Morata had a chance right at the end to salvage a draw. Nothing.
I think I don't know. Atletico at home always pretty good. We will see. I think that's set up for a good finish as well. I think all these games are pretty much set up for a good finish. The one that did surprise me was the next one, PSV Dortmund.
Yeah.
Dortmund were red hot. I thought they were really just going to keep rolling with it. But getting a 1-1 draw is not the worst thing in the world, especially when you're about to head home. And that atmosphere in Dortmund it's not. There's not many places like it for sure. But that should be a good one as well.
I will say Sancho did not look as good that game.
He had a rough game.
Yeah, his manager already said something that he's gotta step it up. So maybe Sancho was the problem.
Not at all. He came in, played a couple good games. Players have bad games. Players do. But definitely was a horrible game for him. Lost a lot of possessions. I think he lost the ball 8 times.
It was a rough game.
Yeah, definitely a rough game for him. But
I'm looking.
We will see.
I'm looking at the stats. 71% pass accuracy, 12 times possession lost, zero shots, zero chances created. It was a brutal game for him.
Well, let's bounce back. Let's bounce back. He'll get more time. I mean, he's guaranteed. He's almost guaranteed time at Dortmund. He's a returning star. We know Dortmund love their returning guys for sure. That's who they live off of. That's who they get wins off of. He'll still have a place for sure. It was interesting that they didn't move on Malin, they didn't move on Adeyemi, they didn't move on anyone, um, and they kept Jadon Sancho. But it looks like they're all working it out, and if they want a chance to win their league, I mean, you need quality across the pitch. One guy gets injured, one guy's in a bad rut, you just replace him
Mm-hmm.
with another guy that's just as good. But PSV definitely surprised me there. We got the goal, and that one goes into Dortmund, uh, level on aggregate.
Mm-hmm.
Wednesday's game. These are, we'll talk Napoli Barca first. Napoli were absolutely awful in my opinion. Osimhen I mean, it was just the epitome of their season. They're in, I think, ninth place in the league.
Third
They
manager.
played, yeah, they're in their third manager. They played absolutely awful. Barca, Barca more lost the win. Like they lost the win more than Napoli stole a draw. Um, I thought the Osimhen goal was actually a foul on Osimhen for sure. I think just shoved him quite a bit with more force than usual, but that was a good turn regardless. Good goal. But I think definitely Barca had a ton of chances. They had a ton of chances.
Yeah.
Lamine Yamal, absolutely unreal,
Yamal.
dude.
Yeah.
To be fair, he did have the most chances, but I mean, he's 16 years old. What do we expect? Too
Youngest
much from the
player
guy.
to ever play a knockout game.
Yeah, and if he scores this season, he will be the youngest player to ever score in a UCL, knockout stage and beyond. But yeah,
Mm.
definitely, he was big that game. He was big. João Cancelo was really, really big as well. Um, this is absolutely unreal that those two players are starting to link up all the way on the other side of the field. I thought Andrea Christensen starting at CDM was a little bit weird. Uh, didn't necessarily see is like when you think of Barca, you always think of a quarterback at CDM. You think of like someone who a lot of people say is the best defensive mid in the world right now,
Mm.
Rodri. Like dude's a quarterback. He sits the ball, he plays there. Everything comes back to him. Andrea Christensen, you didn't really see that. Usually that's Frankie De Jong, but he was playing in a more of a higher role. But still, I would have liked to see, Frankie De Jong come back, Victor Roque maybe start. He's young,
Mm-hmm.
that's what it
Yeah.
is, but he's still, dude, he's unreal too. I think he's going to be one of the next stars. I think once you
Potential.
get this team healthy, and I stressed to Ivan, I said, dude, this team, if this team had Gavi, dude, it's everything's fixed. Gavi is glue. Like the dude
Cool.
gives 100% every single game, no matter what. He plays any position you want. I mean, we saw Xavi playing him like Iniesta roles. He played him in the middle. He played him on the wing. Played him up top as semi striker at some points, just like Iniesta used to play. I mean, he's kind of doing that with Pedri right now. But I think really Gavi is the guy. Gavi is the guy that could do it all. He
Yeah,
just
definitely.
understands. He just understands. He understands Barca ball. Pedri's been really, really injured over the last couple years. He is so good. I think I've always said this. I've always said this that the real number eight, the real number eight is Gavi over Pedri. I think they're a bit switched in reverse roles. But I hope so. I hope he comes back, and does insane. But that's what this team's missing. I think if you have Gavi in this team's in second place right behind Madrid, and the issues that they're having now aren't the issues.
Bold statement, Cotton. No.
And Xavi did an interview after the game, with Thierry Henry, Michael Richards, Jamie Carragher,
To
and
be a
Kate.
pundit.
Yeah, they invited him to be a pundit after it's over. Um, Thierry praised him a ton. Said, that they know whatever, no matter what they say, Xavi is doing unreal wonders at Barca, which I've been saying that he has been. Dude should not go anywhere. Um, but yeah, I mean, it's just kind of weird. Like Xavi, he knows what he has.
Yeah.
But I mean, and he knows he won the league, and he's so humble about it. He never brings it up. Like it's just it's kind of sad, like that he just expects more from the club. But I mean, they don't really have. There's nothing more
There's
that
no
the club
assets.
could give. Yeah, there's no
Yeah.
assets. You want to compete at the highest level. Barca is still in third place, I think.
Yeah, they're still in it. I like to joke around saying that, they should just get rid of him, put in Rafa Marquez, but if we're being serious, like he's the guy that's gonna help them get out of the gutter. Like that
Yeah.
even though like yeah, they're still close in the league, they're still in the Champions League. Um there's question marks about money and all that stuff, but he's playing a bunch of teenagers. But it's what needs to be done. He's the guy that knows what needs to be done, and he's trying his best with what he has.
And I think this is like one of those where it's not even bad. Like
Yeah,
it's
you're
it's
not.
kind of like a Manchester United situation where they're just such high expectations that being in third is criminal. Like, I mean, they're 8 points off Madrid. They're 2 points off second. It is always necessarily a two club league. Usually,
Hmm.
Atletico's doing a bit better. Um, but still, I mean, yeah, I guess the point difference, the woes, the fashion of which they're losing, I
Hmm.
guess you would say, is probably the thing that's highlighted more. If you were to ask a random fan that barely thinks about soccer, they would tell you that Barca's just disgusting right now. They have nothing. They're
Yeah,
bottom, they're middle table, bottom table, but they're third place. They're 8 points off Madrid. I know 8 points is a lot for Madrid, but it's been done before.
yeah.
It's been done before. But yeah, I think Barca have a chance. I put in the last episode. Do we think any of these teams have a chance? I think Inter Milan, being losers last season, they have a bit of a hunger to get back, and
Definitely.
I think Barca would be my next ones of this slate of the week. They'd be my two that I would choose to get the furthest. But yeah, that's what we got for Champions League. Always love dabbling into other leagues for a bit.
Dabbling. Uh,
Dabbling.
Shout out to Porto.
Yeah, shout out Porto.
It's,
Absolutely crushing Arsenal's hearts. And they're headed into Arsenal, so that's a big, big, advantage. No away goals anymore, so
yeah,
that one goal at home in the last minute. And they got called up for offsides, I believe, in the first goal that they scored, which was in like the 30th minute. So they definitely had Arsenal's number there.
yeah. And then
I keep seeing the memes of Odegaard taking a picture
picture
of
of the
of his
oh,
goal.
yeah, that was hilarious. And then but yeah, Arsenal looked poor.
I think it's just
Martinelli stinker.
they always have a tough time
Saka stinker.
traveling, I feel like. They're traveling every time they travel in European competitions, I feel like they never do well.
Trash. Sorry, excuse.
Let's see. The next one we got, or the next one we got is the Premier League. Switching into the Premier League, we got a full slate of games this weekend. Tight, tight title race. Liverpool have the weekend off just to go and for the FA
Lou.
Cup final. I actually forgot to put the
Carabao
FA
Cup.
Cup final in here, or the Carabao Cup final in here.
But we will talk about it. Because
Yeah, can you get him?
shout out to Boy Scout.
Yeah, yeah. Um, Carabao Cup final. we'll talk about that one at the end, just because there's so much hype, so much build up around it, a lot of stuff to point out. All right, Saturday, we're going to start off with Aston Villa versus Nottingham Forest at Birmingham Park, or at Villa Park in Birmingham. That is a 7 o'clock tip. Aston Villa looking to gain some major momentum, looking to stay in contention in a tight race between the top guys. But Forest looked good last week. They looked really, really good. Um, who knows if they could do it against this team? But Aston Villa, they're still not right back where they were, and I think they could have a chance. Villa have proven to lose at home in the last couple weeks,
I'm thinking like a 3-2. Aston Villa scrape by.
like a 3-2. That's a lot. That's a lot
Just
of
because,
goals for
we've seen
Forest.
Forest have been able to score. They were, Callum Hudson-Odoi, Longa, Gibbs White. The goals, they're there. The players are there. The defense is just lacking. And
Look, Nottingham Forest is like a team in career mode. Like, their talent is unreal. Their talent's raw. They're young. Like they're gonna be stars one day.
one day,
Like same with Crystal Palace if they ever leave. But hopefully these guys leave. Um, but yeah, I mean that should be a good one. Hopefully, I will be watching that one the first as my first game just because Nottingham Forest. Huge fans of Nottingham Forest right now. Like if I had to choose a lower half team, it'd be them to root for. Um, Going up next, we got Brighton at Everton. Or I'm sorry, Everton at Brighton. I think Everton can win this game. I think they can.
I think they can scrape by.
I think Brighton they're still really young, relatively young. They did great last week against Sheffield, but it was Sheffield. I mean, no surprises there. Um, But Everton are a tough team for anyone to beat. They give the champions trouble. They give a lot of teams trouble. If they can make it a set piece game, I think they could win. They put the most goals in off set pieces. That's huge for them. I mean, we see it every single week. They score off a set piece, a corner, free kick, but they do really, really well. And Brighton being young, that'd be kind of tough to defend. A lot of switch offs that they call for on Everton. But yeah, I think that's one that could be a stunner. And that one, let's see. I'm gonna go like a 1-0. A 1-0 on that one, Everton.
Uh,
Vi-
it's
Villa Forest, I'm gonna go like 2-1 Villa, but I want Forest to win.
yeah.
Uh After that we got Palace Burnley, which could be a really good one. It does depend on how well Burnley play because I think even a bad Palace could beat a Burnley. But Palace are still missing their huge stars. They're missing Gehi, they're missing Olise and Eze, all with or no, two with hamstrings. I'm not sure what Gehi's was. Uh, but Gehi, I mean, Gehi's bound to leave too. I'd say. I mean, I'd hope.
He's linked back to Chelsea and because they have I think they have the first option to like to tie any matching offer as one of the
Yeah.
clauses because I saw that Tottenham was interested in him, so Chelsea could just match that offer and get him, which could be huge.
Gehi,
Thiago Silva's leaving. Questions about Badiashile possibly leaving.
and I feel like Gehi has quite a bit of experience. I'd say. I mean, he plays a lot, plays against big teams, even the small teams. And I feel like, even still being young, I think he's 23 still. Let me see.
Yeah.
He is, let's see, age. He's
Yeah.
23 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah. Born in 2000. That's crazy.
That
But
is.
yeah, 23 years old, still has a good amount of experience. I think going to a bigger club at this stage is either going to develop him a lot or just show him,
Come back to
that
Chelsea,
he's,
buddy.
yeah.
Come back.
And that's why I say I think,
He wants to come
going to
back.
a bigger club like a Chelsea,
Come home, buddy.
even even like maybe like a Newcastle or a West Ham. Those are bigger clubs in my opinion.
Yeah,
Tottenham as well.
because he had a very successful loan, and then he basically said like, "I want to play. Like, if you don't play me, like, sell me." And we sold him. Instantly got the start at Crystal Palace. You know, it was a perfect stepping stone for him. Now he's already being linked to a move, and
Yeah,
then at a perfect time because Crystal Palace isn't looking good. Teams looking for a center back. You know, it makes all the
a lot of
sense.
teams looking for a
Yeah,
center back right now. But yeah, I think that'll be good for him. It'll be good for him if I think he's still with English nationality
yeah,
as well. It'll be good for him going into the Euros if he can, get in the squad. I think he's just as good. Tomori, we say he's really, really good, but I mean, how good are you playing in not Premier League and not I consider Premier League and La Liga the top two. To me, there's no like the other ones don't compare. Serie A is really tough football,
yeah.
but
That's
I think La
physical
Liga,
football.
yeah, I think La Liga and Premier League are the best two leagues in the world, um, as far as competition and skill. But yeah, let's see.
We got some more good games. Yeah, we got Crystal Palace, Burnley. Huge game at the bottom of the table. Oh, this we were talking about it last week. We started talking about it prematurely because we know how much these games mean, especially in
Yeah,
this time. Oh, dude. I Olise still out. Eze still out, I think.
yeah,
And Palace looked super awful that last game. They had no supporting attack from because they're missing those guys. Edward and Ayew, they're good, but I feel like they're more crucial up top and then they had Mateta too. I feel like it just didn't work out at all. And if
yeah,
it's anything like that, Burnley have a perfect chance to capitalize and steal some points, especially when Luton just lost as well. Like
yeah. That was huge.
it's
Sheffield
huge.
are probably gonna lose
Yeah.
again.
Could. Yeah, very much.
I mean, Everton are right there, but like I said, I think they could scrape by, but we'll
Yeah.
see. Um, Next one we had was Manchester United Fulham. Always should be a tough game. Always should be a tough game,
Yeah.
but Manchester United are kind of rolling right now.
Yeah, Hoyland's on a streak. Yeah. The goals
Yeah,
just keep coming for him.
Garnacho's playing well, but he's just not finishing in the final third.
No more
Um,
Anthony
yeah,
Haram ball.
yeah, we don't see any more Anthony really on the field, so that's a good thing for them.
Kobe
Um,
Maino's
Mainu's been unreal, yeah, the last
unreal.
month.
He's making his case for getting called up to the national team.
Yes, he is, especially
Hit,
in the time for Euros.
yeah,
That
because
that could
Jordan
be a huge
Henderson
spot.
basically lost his spot. I think
Yeah, but
the
Southgate doesn't see it that way. That's his best bud.
yeah,
Even Mainu right now is playing better than Calvin Phillips. I mean, he's playing a lot than a lot of those guys.
better than
Um,
Declan Rice.
no, no
Yes,
nonsense. The
or
goal from the Champions League did come out of a Declan Rice
yes.
turnover giveaway. But yeah, that one's at Old Trafford too, so it should be at home. Ten Hag's job is still in question, though. I mean, there's a lot of links of Tuchel coming back, and he wants to go to United, and United like him. So I don't really know. I mean,
The new owner came out and said something.
yeah,
Uh,
Sir Jimmy Ratcliffe was saying
yeah,
some wild stuff as
yeah.
well. He's like, we don't even know if the owner exists. Chose Man City over Arsenal. But yeah, I mean, they're still rolling. They should have no problem with Fulham, but you never know which Fulham you're gonna
Tricky,
get.
tricky,
Yeah, they could
bro.
be world class Willian throwback vintage.
We need
One yeet,
we need Broja to play secret agent for
secret
Chelsea.
agent. Yeah.
Yeah, we
He can't play. I don't think. I don't know. Most clubs, most clubs have the clause in it.
yeah. You can. Why wouldn't he be able to play, buddy?
Oh no, you're right. You're right, Rosa.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. You said double agent. I was thinking Chelsea.
No.
Um, yeah, moving into Bournemouth, Man City. One's at Bournemouth. I will
Cakewalk.
be watching that one as well. Hopefully, is a cakewalk. Oscar
Cake.
Bob set to get a new contract, tripling his wages. Huge,
Dang.
huge, huge. I mean, he's broken out for sure this season. I think one season more, two, maybe two. He's starting to get more in the lineup like a Grealish Doku style.
And
He
then
did.
he's off to Saudi. No.
No. Um, yeah, I think they put Foden back in the midfield last game. It was a lot better. I think that's where he belongs from now on, for sure. Or even playing the winger, and he drifts in a lot.
Yeah.
Holland ended up getting that goal. This is another one I could see him easily,
Hat trick.
routing. Yeah, maybe. But this is definitely a game. I mean, I
Yeah.
think the last time they played Bournemouth, we absolutely demolished them. But this is one of those games where we need to close down the goal differential because
Yeah.
it may come down to it at the end of the season. I think Liverpool and Arsenal are quite up there right now.
Yeah. I don't know if you saw it, but we're looking at the if you look at the goal differential, you got Liverpool at 38, Man City 32, Arsenal 36, Villa, Tottenham, Villa at 19, Tottenham at 14, and you got Man United at 1.
Yeah, but yeah, it is actually crazy. I mean, how tight those top three are.
Yeah.
38, 36, 32. That's one
Yeah.
game. That's one game. And Arsenal, if you think about it, they've scored 11
In the
in their
past
last
two.
two before the Champions League.
Yeah.
I mean, before that, you're sitting at 27, or not even 27, 25. But yeah, uh, I think at the end of the day, it will come down to that, really, with how tight it is right now, unless some of these teams start folding. But this is one that Manchester City need to get back, and I feel like we have not had one all season. That was just the absolute, you know, boggle. Let me see here. Let me see the last time we won by like +2. The last time we won by more than two was against Bournemouth. We won 6-1 in November 4th,
Jeez.
2023. Before that was Fulham in September.
Ooh, it's been a
And that
minute.
those are the only two games that we've won by plus, well, not +2, but okay, +3.
Plus, yeah.
Only two games we won by +3, which is not usual for us. I mean, usually we get those small clubs and we absolutely
Batter.
dominate them. Yeah. But this hopefully will be one. The last time we played Bournemouth, 6-1. So we will see. Hopefully Holland can get in the groove there.
Holland.
Going
Dun,
into the
dun,
game of
dun.
the week. Game of the week at Arsenal.
At
I'm a
Arsenal.
Man City fan, but I will say that Arsenal Stadium aura is one of the best in the league, I'd say. The clock tower or the clock, is pretty iconic. Um, it's a great place to play at. It's a great place to watch. Them play at, and Newcastle Arsenal. That's a big game. The last time they played, Arsenal or Newcastle gave them big, big problems. Let's see.
I think this
At
one's gonna be like a
home,
high scoring game, man.
I don't know if they've lost at home, or I'm sure they have. But see, the last time they played Newcastle beat them at St. James Park 1-0. So it should still be a really, really close game. They, let's see, Emirates, Emirates.
I don't know, man. Something about this game gives me like a 3-3 draw or something. I
Yeah, it
feel
should
like,
be a good one. But any point drop here is crucial for Arsenal,
yeah.
especially because Man City gave everyone a chance by drawing against Chelsea.
You're welcome.
Okay, the last time Arsenal lost was to City Ham, December 28th, 2023, at home. They lost 2-0, and that was the last time they lost. They even beat Liverpool. in
Yeah,
that meantime recently.
yeah, they beat them in that controversy.
But 11 in their last two Premier League games. Hopefully that doesn't stand here, but this one should be a lot better game than that for sure. And this is my game of the week for sure.
Yeah, definitely. The goals will come. I feel it. This game.
Let's see. Sunday we got one game. Monday we got one game. Well, Sunday we got two games basically.
Yeah, we got.
Uh, but let's go. Let's finish off the Premier League real quick. We got Wolves versus
Wolves.
Sheffield. Should have no problem there. That should be a Wolves win without a
Mm.
doubt. Never know which Wolves you're gonna get though. And
Nah,
Sheffield need to capitalize on anything.
Pedro Neto.
This is a game that Sheffield need to win.
Yeah, they gotta take advantage.
They need to do something they haven't done all season, and that's string together 2, 3 wins in a row, change the dynamic, give your guys some confidence. Even if you lose that fourth game, you have confidence again. We've won 3 out of 4. We're gonna smash these next guys. Um, let's see, and then the Monday game we have West Ham versus Brentford. This is another big one for me. West Ham on in front stage, bright lights are on them again. Uh, Brentford are really good. Tony seems to score every single game.
Yep. Let's hope.
I think this Calvin Phillips, Edson Alvarez midfield, like the pivot that they're not even really trying to pivot. They're like letting Calvin Phillips play like like a CM, Cam, CDM. They're just like letting him roam a bit, do kind of whatever he wants to do. But I really think they just need to, instead of, what's better than one quarterback, two quarterbacks. You just
Yeah,
got to put those guys together. They're both holding. Let Ward Prowse do what he wants to do.
exactly.
He always does. Him and Jared Bowen, special connection. Kudu's been unreal. I just think, I just think they need to figure it out. I think that's it. But I mean, if those guys are going to keep starting and playing disaster classes every week, especially Edson Alvarez. I mean, I feel like Edson Alvarez was playing pretty solid
It
this
was, yeah.
year. Before they put in Calvin Phillips, I mean, he was looking good. Uh, I'm not saying Calvin Phillips is making him worse. I just think it's
Nah.
an adjustment period
Yeah,
that's causing the whatever it is.
because he's already new to the club, new to the league. He's adapting, and now you're throwing in Calvin Phillips in there. He's got to adapt again, change everything up.
It's just a bit odd for sure. That one is at London Stadium, and I think Brentford will get the win, maybe 2-1. But yeah, I mean, it's
Yeah,
kind of not looking great for West Ham as of late, especially because they're in the top half of the league too. Let's have a look. Carabao Cup
let's,
final
let's look at the Carabao
at
Cup.
Wembley Stadium. This is huge.
Dude,
This is huge. Liverpool have all the confidence in the world right now. Yet Jurgen Klopp is still calling them underdogs.
farewell tour.
It's still calling them
We're
underdogs.
done, buddy. We're done.
That one does take place on Sunday. I'm not too sure what time it starts. I think around noon, maybe 9:30
Yeah,
our
it starts
time.
7 a.m.
7 a.m. Oof. Okay, well I'll be up for that. Um, yeah, I mean this is a big game. As Liverpool, with the injuries they got, Trent won't be available. Um, I think they said Curtis Jones may not be available.
I don't know. I'm not playing into the agenda that they're the underdogs. No, no, that's what they're doing. They're playing the underdog card.
That's
And
what
they're gonna.
Klopp's playing. Yeah, he's definitely playing the underdog card.
I'm not here
Uh,
for it.
yeah, Jota's out, which has been huge since Mo Salah left. Mo Salah's back though. He should get the start. But yeah, I think there's gonna be, I don't know. I think Chelsea have a real chance here. Coming off one of their best games of the season, I thought definitely
Played
one of the
really,
better ones.
played
Going up
really
against
well.
the champions, getting a draw. I think they have the talent, and I think you need to go with experience here.
I think you go with the same exact lineup that you went with
Yeah,
against City.
yeah.
Sterling looked really well. Nico Jackson played insane
Mm,
that game, even though he had those missed chances. He was crucial in the build up, and he got the assist. We need more of that.
yeah.
I don't know.
Your your starting 11 is the exact same as the City game.
Yes, I think
Mm, I think Mo Salah maybe should play.
he should.
I don't see why he wouldn't. If not, he's going to come off the bench 1,000%.
But he's for sure starting. I think Klopp's
See,
making a game out of this.
Thiago will not be back. Oh, they said Sozavali won't be back. Or Schuberschlei, not Sozavali, Schuberschlei.
It's
He
whatever
will
you want to
not be
call it.
back. Becker won't be back, or Allison won't be back. Um, Curtis Jones, I'm not sure. Still bone ligament issues. Jota's for sure done.
Oh,
Joel Matip may not play as well. There was still some questions on Darwin Nunez. We should know everything
yeah,
by tomorrow, though. When
yeah,
this comes out, we should know everything.
yeah. The press conference, I believe, is tomorrow morning.
Yeah, so we'll see who's going to play, who's not going to play. Cody Gakpo has been playing really well, though, for them, scoring goals every game. Liverpool are just they're good. They have quality. I mean, that's all there really is to it. I feel like they do have the experience along with the quality, whereas like Chelsea, they have the quality. Not everyone has the experience, and mixing those two kind of is what gives them trouble. But I think you start off, like Ivan said, with the same quality that you put on against Man City. You could get maybe like a Moidrick sub. Um, but I think
Cuckoo
Conor
sub.
Gallagher needs to be on the field no matter what. Raheem Sterling needs to be on the field no matter what. Cole Palmer, no matter what. I think Thiago Silva needs to play. If he
No,
could play, I think he needs to play. But
no.
Desasi,
The Saucy and
absolutely
Cole
boss.
looked insane together. You got to keep it. You got to
And
keep it. I think
Chilwell also has to play.
Chilwell
Okay,
pocketed Foden
no, stop. Malo Gusto for sure.
for
The
sure.
thing
Still,
is, the thing is, the reason I say Thiago Silva needs to play is because if you want any chance of that rekindlement, I mean, we're deep into the season. There's been a ton of mess.
ton.
Your tip of the cap is letting one of the greatest defenders, to ever grace your club, to ever grace a few clubs, um, play in the biggest game of your season, start in the biggest game of your season. I hope it goes well for him. I hope he starts. I hope it goes well for him. Uh, but at worst case scenario, you stub him off, you give him a nice farewell, and hopefully you lift the trophy at the end. All there is to it at Wembley Stadium.
No, I think he's still kind of injured, so I feel like it'll be too soon for him. I don't even think he's going to be on the bench.
2-1 Liverpool, in my opinion. I
I
want
feel
Chelsea to win, though. I want Chelsea to win.
I feel like if we win, it's going to be like a 1-0
Like
in
very
like
safe.
extra time.
Extra time.
They can't score against each other, or if they do, it's always a draw.
Yeah.
And then
Well, hopefully.
Chelsea's track record at Wembley has been absolutely horrific. I think we've lost the last 5 or 6 finals at Wembley,
That's fair enough.
which
This
is
is where it all turns around.
let me see. Let me look it up. I'm pretty sure it's the last 5 games without a win there. Oh God.
Mhm.
Mm.
Mhm.
Oh yeah. We have not won a game at Wembley in the final.
It's crazy.
That's
It is crazy.
absolutely crazy.
You guys got the weekend off?
We have the Wembley curse, buddy.
Well, the weekend from the Premier League off. This could change it all. This could turn around Chelsea's season. This buys Pochettino for sure until next season. I believe a win here does that. Lifting any silverware is huge, no matter what club you are in a season. You lift one trophy, that's good enough for
Yeah.
most places. That's good enough even for like a Manchester United right now. That's good enough for anyone, no matter what club you are. You lift one trophy, I mean, you're doing good.
Yeah. Especially
Yeah.
we're down in the dumps,
Yeah.
buddy.
10th place. Yeah, 10th place. Win or loss could change that. Draw probably wouldn't change that. But yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens next week. They're not going anywhere till next week. But this game is absolutely huge. More for Chelsea. It's the game of their season. Liverpool, I mean, they want to win it. They want their own treble. Everyone wants their own treble at this
The
point.
Klopp farewell tour is in full force.
We know
They
Klopp
will
wants
get
it
every
bad.
call.
You'll be playing Liverpool.
Liverpool 11 against 12.
It's gonna be you can beat the team, but you can't beat the
Beat the
refs and the
refs.
team.
Amen, brother.
So we'll see. We'll see. If it's a pen, I guarantee you Cole Palmer will score it. And
Shit,
then
ain't it?
and then the agenda will begin. When has Bukayo Saka, when has Phil Foden scored in the final? And then we're gonna have the pen conversation again.
And that will
But
be there.
that's even if Chelsea can win it, which I hope they can. I don't think they can, but we will see.
We will be there. If they
Wrapping
lose,
the
if we
okay,
lose, I'm out. I'm not no
yeah.
episode Monday.
If they lose, two of Ivan's team will have reached the final and lost this season. One would be Chelsea, the other would be the San Francisco 49ers of the NFL. But yeah, I mean, poor guy if they lose.
I'm
Let's
hanging by a
have
thread.
let's have a look real quick at the Golden Boot race. We got Erling Haaland up two on Mo Salah at 17. Uh, Mo Salah's at 15. Solanke's at 14. Ollie Watkins 13. We got Saka and Son at 12. Bowen at 11. Richarlison, Hwang Hee, and Alexander Isak all at 10. Assist leaders still are Ollie Watkins and Kieran Trippier. Pickford still keeps the 8 clean sheets, and the table is very, very tight. Liverpool sit with 60 points after their game earlier this week, and then City would be 4 points behind or 1 point behind with the win. Arsenal as well. Uh, that game comes early because of the of the Carabao Cup final, and a couple of teams. Only Bournemouth right now have a game in hand. That's about it.
Yeah.
Everything should start to even up, or everything will even up this week, except for the Bournemouth side. Not sure who their makeup games against, but yeah, that's all we got. That's all we got for this
That's all we
episode.
got.
Trying to see when that Bournemouth game is. It's not for a while.
Yeah, it's against Luton.
Is it? That's a good one to have for them, but
Yeah, they're gonna play it March 13th
okay,
because it says match day 17 of 38 on that one. So yeah,
okay. All right. Well, yeah, that's all we got.
that's all we got.
Oh, not what are we? I know we're on Thursday. That's all we got till next week.
And go.
Enjoy the weekend games. Please don't forget to like, follow, subscribe. Follow us on everything. We got TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, and YouTube. I always forget to say this in the beginning of the episode. Let me add that now because that's the first thing I want people to hear before I forget. There, boom, add it in. I won't forget it next time.
Don't forget.
Please hit the share button as much as you possibly can. That's where a majority of our views come from. Majority of our subscribers will come from there as well. This was another episode of Kicking It with Gab and Chooch. I am Gab.
Yeah, I'm Chooch.
We are out of here.